Today I'm sharing a powerful and truly amazing story of survival and rescue, one that is sadly as usual not being published widely by the mainstream media. It is the story of a Yazidi woman known as M, who was kidnapped when she was just 11 years old by ISIS and ended up living in Gaza for years under horrific conditions. Let me break it down for you. M's nightmare began in 2014 when she was kidnapped from her home in Sinjar in Iraq. ISIS was sweeping across the region at the time, committing genocide against the Yazidi people. The Yazidis have suffered so much over the years, as have other non-Muslim minorities in most of Middle Eastern Muslim countries. M's story is just one of thousands, but what makes her case stand out is what happened after her abduction. At the age of 11, she was forced into marriage with a Palestinian ISIS fighter. Imagine that, just a child taken away from her home, separated from her family, and thrusted into a life of abuse. But it didn't stop there. After her forced marriage, she was taken to Gaza. There, M faced even more brutality, this time from her husband's family, trapped in Gaza, apart from her family, in a war-torn region, far from everything that she knew or was familiar with. She suffered torture and abuse for years with no prospect to escape and no one to turn to. But here is where the story takes a dramatic turn. M's rescue was finally made possible thanks to the efforts of a man named Steve Maman, a Canadian Jewish businessman who's been nicknamed the Jewish Schindler. Steve has dedicated his life to rescuing Yazidi women and girls who've been enslaved by ISIS, and he worked tirelessly behind the scenes to secure M's freedom. But this wasn't an easy mission. Maman himself said that this was one of the hardest rescues he's ever been involved in. There were countless obstacles, failed attempts, complicated bureaucratic processes, and diplomatic roadblocks. But finally, M made it out. After years of suffering, she's able to leave Gaza and is now receiving care at an American facility in the region. She's being treated for her physical and psychological wounds and is finally on her way back to her family. Let that sink in. After years of captivity, she's finally free and she has a chance to rebuild her life. Steve Maman has spoken about how challenging this rescue was. He described the interactions as painful and difficult, but he emphasized something really profound, that the success of the mission is what makes all the struggle worth it. He called this a ray of light, and honestly, that's exactly what it is, a ray of light. That Yazidi girl has been through hell, but now she has the opportunity to heal and reclaim her life. Now think about this for a second. The Yazidi woman was technically a citizen of an enemy state, but that didn't matter to Maman. What mattered was her humanity and the chance to save her life. It's such a powerful reminder that in the middle of political conflict, we can still hold on to our shared humanity. Maman didn't do this alone. He made sure to thank everyone involved, the US government, his contacts in Iraq, Jordan, Israel, and the UN. Even Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu and President Biden were part of the efforts that made this rescue possible. It's a real testament to how, even in the most divided parts of the world, people can come together to do something good. But here's the thing, while M's story is one of hope, the fight isn't over. Maman said it himself. He still has over 100 Yazidis who are trapped in Gaza, and he's not going to stop until they're free. This rescue is a victory, but it's only one part of a much larger mission. So what can we take away from all of this? Well, first of all, it's a reminder of the resilience of the human spirit. M endured years of unspeakable pain, but now she has a chance to start over. And second, it's a powerful example of how individuals, no matter their background or nationality, can come together to help those in need. And for me, as a journalist, it also makes me wonder why this story is not the headline news story in the mainstream media. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about M's incredible rescue? And why is the mainstream media not covering the story? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you found this story inspiring.